Your home has its own language. It's a whole system of clicks, hums, and flickers that, let's be honest, we usually just ignore. But what if those little sounds are actually warnings? Today, we're going to give a full health check to the one system you rely on every single minute of every day, but probably think about the least, your home's electrical system. So let's start listening and figure out what it's really trying to tell us. It usually starts with something really small. That faint, almost unnoticeable buzz that seems to be coming from an outlet or maybe your main breaker panel. It's the kind of thing you brush off, right? Just the house settling or something. But a lot of the time, it's the very first clue that your electrical system is feeling the strain. And that buzzing sound? Oh, it rarely comes alone. It's usually part of a much bigger picture. Maybe your lights flicker for a second when the AC kicks on, or an outlet feels weirdly warm when you unplug your charger. And that strange, almost fishy or burning smell, I promise you that's not last night's dinner. That's often the smell of plastic components getting dangerously hot. These are all signals your house is sending, and we really shouldn't ignore them. So what is your home actually trying to say? Let's decode these signals, get past the symptoms, and find the real root cause of all these common and sometimes pretty dangerous electrical quirks. Okay, so the most common culprit behind a tripped breaker is actually really simple: circuit overload. I mean, just think about your house right now. We've got computers, huge TVs, smart speakers, air fryers, all of them hungry for electricity, and often plugged into wiring that was installed decades ago. When that demand gets too high, the circuit breaker does its job and trips to stop things from overheating. It's a safety feature, sure, but if it's happening all the time, that's a huge red flag. And the problem often traces right back to the heart of the whole system, the electrical panel itself. So many homes built before the 1990s are running on 100-amp panels. Back then, that was totally fine. But today, with our modern appliances, central air, maybe even an EV charger in the garage, that 100-amp service is kind of like trying to drink a milkshake through a coffee stirrer. It just cannot keep up with what we're asking of it. And you can really see the difference here. I mean, on one hand, you've got the old panel that's just constantly struggling, which is a major fire risk. But on the other, a modern 200-amp panel doesn't just handle more power. It's built from the ground up with the latest safety standards in mind. So it's not just about capacity, it's about safety too. A tripping breaker might just feel like a simple annoyance, but you have to see it for what it is. It's often the first warning sign on a path that leads from a small inconvenience to a genuine, serious hazard. Now these are the signs that demand your immediate attention. Breakers tripping all the time means your system is constantly maxed out. Discolored outlets are proof that dangerous heat is building up inside your walls. And that burning smell? Well, that's a clear signal something is actively melting or charring. We're way past quirks now. These are active fire hazards. And for some homeowners, there's a hidden danger lurking from a very specific era. If your home was built between 1965 and 1973, there's a chance it has aluminum wiring. Over time, this kind of wiring can oxidize and expand, which causes connections to come loose. And those loose connections, they create sparks and heat, which is the perfect recipe for an electrical fire. And the threats aren't just coming from inside the house. An external event, like a nearby lightning strike, can send a massive power surge ripping through your home's wiring. A single surge can fry thousands of dollars worth of electronics in a split second. We're talking everything from your laptop to your entire HVAC system if you don't have the right protection in place. Okay, so we've definitely identified the problems. The good news is that modern electrical technology has solutions for all of this. So let's look at the upgrades that give our homes both the safety and the capacity they need today. And this is where modern electrical tech is just incredible. Today's building codes require specific protections for specific risks. You have things called AFCIs, which are like tiny smoke detectors for your wiring. They actually sense dangerous sparks, or arcs, from damaged wires and just cut the power before a fire can even start. Then you've got GFCIs. Those are the lifesavers you see near sinks that prevent electrocution. And finally, whole house surge protection acts like a bodyguard for all your electronics. An old system? It has none of this. I know, upgrading your electrical panel can sound like this massive, intimidating project, but it's really a well-defined professional process. It all starts with a pro figuring out what your home actually needs. Then comes the proper permitting, the actual installation, and a final inspection to guarantee everything is totally safe and up to code. It's a major investment in your home's safety and your peace of mind. So, the key to electrical safety isn't waiting for a problem to show up, it's all about being proactive. Let's wrap this up with a simple safety check you can do for your own home.
First things first, how often should you even think about this? Well, for a typical home, the experts recommend getting a professional electrical inspection done every 3 to 5 years. If you have an older home or if there's been a major storm, you might want to do it even sooner. Think of it like preventative care for your house.
Okay, to bring it all home, here is a quick mental checklist for you. Just ask yourself these questions. Do you still have those old two-prong outlets? That means your system is ungrounded, which is a big safety issue. Are any of your outlets or switches discolored? That's a telltale sign of overheating. If your home is from that 60s or 70s era, you've got to be aware of that potential aluminum wiring. And if your breakers are tripping all the time or it's just been way too long since an inspection, well, it's probably time to be proactive. So I'll just leave you with this one last question. Your home works hard for you 24/7. It's constantly communicating with you through all its little clicks, buzzes, and flickers. The real question is, are you listening to what it's trying to tell you? When was its last health check?